There was like a RV on fire on the way out here. I was planning on getting off at this exit, this rest area up ahead anyways to take a 30-minute break. Then the GPS was giving me a heads up, hey, you know, there's traffic up ahead, so that way we know to slow down. It was perfect. Traffic was starting to back up. Everybody was getting over to the left lane, like they knew they had to be in the left lane, and just like a tenth or so up ahead was the rest area, so I was able to just stay in the slow lane and just drive on up and park, and there's just one spot, just the right size for an expediting truck, and we squeezed right in there, and we was able to just sit there. We sat there for a little bit over a half hour, and I waited until the traffic was actually moving along pretty good. I didn't want to start my clock back up while it was inching forward, so that way, you know, I could get more miles out of my time and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it looked like everybody was okay from that fire. It looked like it was the back end of the RV. I assume that's where the engine is, the diesel engine or whatever. I don't know how it started. When we're pulling up, you could see a bunch of flames. It was pretty bad.
I did see a lot of people were pulled over. Like there was a lot of people, I guess, speeding. Probably just happened to be out and stuff.
Oh, getting pulled over, yeah.
Yeah, I passed a lot of like where we had to get over because the cops were like pulling over a lot of people.
It seems like this time of year is when we see the most car accidents on the highways. I feel like people
aren't as cautious because they think the weather's fine, and
yeah, they're not as cautious. They're in a better mood. They feel, I don't know, invincible. It's summertime. Nothing bad's gonna happen. I feel like when they throw all that to the wind, it just hits the fan. It's awful. I feel like we run into more car accidents than we do construction sites, it seems like. You know, I could be wrong, but it just seems like that's how it goes.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Welcome to Truck and Travel. I'm Darrick.
I'm Cinnamon. I feel like it's so official. I'm Darrick. Like it's a newscast or something.
Hey man, it's Truck and Travel. Road warriors are ready for this. It's been a while since videos come out. It's been hectic. Anyways, we are currently in, where are we at? We're doing a driver swap right now, so.
We're in Nevada currently. Lovelock, right?
Nevada.
Lovelock, Nevada, I think.
Okay.
We're actually at an off-brand truck stop. I think it's like
that's what we call these
Golden Gate.
These small truck stops, off-brand. We call them off-brand.
Yeah.
Or a small mom and pop. It just, yeah.
Which way are you going? You want to come over here?
It's not a Love's, it's not a Pilot, it's not a Flying J, it's not a TA, it's not a Petro. It's a small one.
But we went ahead and we delivered this morning. It's so different, the time change, because usually as soon as it is noon, the cats are like meowing like crazy. They want to be fed right now. And like I was still driving and it was 1 o'clock our time. And I looked over at Norton and he was kind of just looking at me in the corner of his eyes, but he was completely fine. And so I don't know if like the time change has anything to do with that. But it's kind of weird that it's 3-hour difference.
That's the awkward part.
Yeah.
Like right now it's 2:14 p.m. back home and it's 11:14 a.m. here. So that's pretty weird.
It is nice to get a good parking spot early though, like for the other people who are on California time and we're, you know, not. But it was nice doing this load. It was over the weekend load, which means that we had, you know, Friday we picked it up. We had Saturday, Sunday, delivering Monday. So we had basically over 3 days to do it instead of having the usual 2.
And we were going to go home and just chill out. We had the opportunity, but we seen this load. It was a load opportunity to C-Link. And we bid it to high heaven because we wanted to set it up to where it could give us some deadhead miles back, you know, headed back east, you know, just in case we couldn't get anything. And so that's what we're doing right now is since we're set up for deadhead, we're driving back deadhead. And if we get load opportunities for loads in whatever area we're in, we're going to, you know, definitely look them over and see if we can make something happen. Our goal is to be home this coming weekend because we do got stuff that we have appointments for. So hopefully we can make things happen.
Yeah, there was a couple of different load opportunities that came by, but some of them were to stay here later and then leave, and we wouldn't be back in time for that. And
one was like a military base, and the last time we did that, we was there
6
all
hours
day.
or so,
yeah,
like just waiting for them to even see us.
For a cheap run.
Yeah.
That was never again, so.
Yeah, we did that, I think, when we were trying to get our load count up to...
So this load that we actually brought out here, there was what, 8 skids?
There was 8 skids, which usually were in the low range of, like,
2 to 3.
1 to 4, like, yeah, around there, But this one was actually 8 skids. And so it took up, we have, when you go into our back trailer, we have a big bin that has
She means box.
our box, I'm sorry. In our box, we have like a big bin that has like moving blankets and edgers and that protective gear and stuff like that. So we have that, and then we have the pallet jack and rolling cart and stuff. So we can't fit 10. I mean, you could if there was nothing else.
You gotta pretty much use the load bars and put them up high, and then stack our bin and other things up on top of that. Then you gotta strap that stuff down somehow. So yeah, it's just a real big pain. We don't like to take 10. I think we have before, but
we have, but the max that we'll take usually is 8.
Just for convenience of not having to deal with all that crap. And we really don't come across these loads that often, or we haven't gotten that many. I'm sure they're out there all the time, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Just been fortunate not to have to deal with all that crap. It's usually 1 to 4, like she said, and strap and go.
I forget how much it weighed, but it wasn't too bad, like where you could even feel it while you were driving. Like sometimes we'll get...
I want to say it was like around 3,000 pounds, like just over.
It wasn't that bad. Sometimes we'll get liquid loads. You have to have your tanker endorsement and stuff. And so we have to go slower, around curves, obviously, and all that other stuff. But sometimes you can feel it,
Yeah.
Especially if you're in like a hilly part and everything like that. So
especially if it's a tall container or something, I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's awkward, just the thought.
And we did meet another worker that works for the same carrier, and they're very nice. Was it Victor? Was his name?
Yep.
Victor, and her name was Becky. I talked to her for a while. They're very, very nice. They're from California too.
And they're actually doing the same run, and they already had one lined up, headed back. They're doing really well for themselves this month. We're not going to give out their numbers because we don't have their permission or anything, but they seem to be doing pretty good.
Oh, if you hear Caleb in the back, there's a fly that got in here, and so
they can't.
He's moving the cat dish because the bowl it's in the bowl right now, but yeah, so we dropped that off this morning. We don't have anything lined up yet, but we're going to be looking, and we've seen some very beautiful scenery. We try to keep it, when Darrick's sleeping, I try and keep it around 65, so that I'm not taking those curves, even though the speed limit sometimes is 75 or 80. But I try and keep it a little bit lower so then it doesn't bother the person who's sleeping as much. But Darrick can go 75 if he wants. I'm good.
Yeah, on the way out here, I did, 700 and what?
65.
I did 765 during my shift, legal miles, and I think that was the most I've ever done. I wanted to do more, but just didn't have the truck stops lined up in the perfect positions or anything like that. But that's all right. Maybe another time we can try to beat it. I'm really interested to know if anybody's done 800. It is possible because there's a speed limit change to where it was 80 miles per hour, but this truck is set up to where it can't go past 75. So I'm sure it's possible somebody's done it out there, legal miles, but it's a lot harder for us to accomplish that.
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody would be able to do it right around now, just because there's a lot of times where it slowed down to 55 because a bunch of different patches of construction. I
would say it is possible because I got 760.
I guess if you have 11 miles or 11 hours of driving time and you had a lot of 80 miles per hour, then yeah.
But thank you guys so much for hanging out with us and watching our videos. It means the world to us. And yeah, hope you're doing well. Let us know how things are in your world. It's currently like, I want to say it's nice outside, isn't it?
I think it was 82 not too long ago when I saw, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, 82 in Nevada. Hold on to this good weather if you have it.
Or was it 62?
I'm trying to
72?
I'm trying to savor the weather.
82. Yeah, I think it was 82. Sorry.
I'm not ready for the fall. I'm hanging on.
Oh.
No, thank you.
I like it all except for winter.
Yeah.
Winter, I just don't want to move or do anything. Like, you can get all bundled up and stuff, and I don't know, when I was younger, I'd do sledding and that kind of stuff, but like now, I don't know.
We do arthritis now. That's what we do. Road warriors! Thanks for hanging out, you guys. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.